everybody. Doing a request here today. This is discussing Fallout 4. They asked, if I could discuss 3 and 4. I played 3 back in 2010. I can kind of talk about it briefly, based on what I can remember. I do remember Liam Neeson plays your father, and you think he's dead, but then he isn't. I think he does end up dying towards the end. I do remember the Capital Wasteland. I really liked that game. It was the first Fallout I played. There was a cool part at the end where you could use the robot, which was really cool. I forget what it was called. I remember there's a city on like a ship too as well. I do remember enjoying it, but 4 I played in 2017, and I'll forget a lot about that as well. I want to say I liked 4 more. Obviously they're post-apocalyptic role-playing games. Or not role-playing, but I guess Western RPGs. I'm pretty sure the spoilers here, just so you know, if you've not played it. I'm pretty sure the twist in 4, if I remember correctly, is your kid is like the director of the institute. Like, I think he's taken when you go into you like go underground when the bombs go off or whatever. And I'm pretty sure people come in and they like take your kid, and maybe your wife too, I forget, or your husband, depending on who you're playing as. I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact your kid is like the head of the institute, because you meet him. He's actually older than you are, because I think you were like you're in cryo freeze type thing or something. I do remember that the institute's in there. They're the ones who like make the synths, I think, and stuff. They kind of like appear out of nowhere. I want to say they're underground. I don't know. There's the railroad, which help, I think, get synths that kind of leave. There's a Brotherhood of Steel, and there's the Minutemen. They're the Minutemen, right? That's the one with Preston Garvey. I always remember Preston Garvey telling me that another settlement's under attack and they need help. Because in Fallout 4 it has like kind of a tower defense type mechanic to it, where you can, certain areas you can like fortify with weapons and like I guess turrets and walls and stuff like that, maybe mines and stuff. So occasionally raiders and stuff will attack them. You gotta head back there to save them. I do remember Preston Garvey though. Graphically, it was pretty good. I mean, there was, the usual. It was cool. It was a cool world to explore. I think more so than 3. You can find other vaults and go in them too. Great soundtrack. I remember. I still listen to the one song. It's the song that kicks in when you're fighting like higher level enemies, like a Deathclaw or that automatron thing. I forget what it is, like a robot. And that's a good tune. I forget what it's called. Dominant Species, I think it's called. On the soundtrack, whatever. It takes place, I think, in the Commonwealth Wasteland. Yeah, the one city is like in Fenway Park. Although I don't know if it's called Fenway Park. But it is on the baseball field, which would be Fenway Park. Which was cool. I think Valentine's there. He's like the synth detective. That was pretty cool, actually. I did not play any of the DLC for that. So at one point I kind of want to pick up the Game of the Year edition to play some of those DLCs. I only played the main game, and I think I did like every ending but the Railroads ending. I did the Institute ending, the Minutemen ending, and I think I did the Brotherhood of Steel ending too. Whatever endings there were, I did like 3 of the 4. There's also a Queen Mylark, is that what they're called? Like the crab things. The mutated crab things, I think. That might have kicked in that tune as well. Like I said, I just can't remember a lot of it. Problem is I play a lot of games, so like, even if a game sticks with me, like over time, say it was actually extremely emotional. I'll get into that on another Red Dead video, but I'm playing, spoilers on this too, real quickly. I'm playing as John Marston now, but in the first epilogue, I think there's 2. But anyway, Fallout 4. It was fun. It has the VAT system in there, as always, you know. Well, maybe not as always. I don't know if it's always been there. I know it was in 3. Where you slow down and you can target body parts and it gives you like a percentage, and you get like the cool slow motion effect of like the person exploding if you get like a one-hit kill. Like I said, this is a tower defense game. There's all types of stuff to find. I'm pretty sure you can build stuff. I'm trying to remember if the mini nuke gun is in this one. The mini nuke gun was in 3, and it was awesome. It's exactly what it is. Actually, 3. I remember this from 3. I'm pretty sure this was 3, right? It's the one where you go to a Megaton, right? That has the nuke in it that doesn't go off. It's just sitting there, and you can choose to either set it off or not. I think I set it off and ruin the whole town. And then you're hated. You know, it's the same thing with choices in this game. Like I said, there's branching paths depending on who you're helping or not. The Brotherhood of Steel in 4 has a cool, what's his name? Paladin Dance. Once again, spoilers, is actually a synth. And you end up actually, you can choose to help him or not towards the end of that story. I think I let him go. I didn't kill him. I think it's 4 that has a cool part. I think when you go to the precinct, there's one precinct early on, you see them coming over in like their airships and stuff. And there's a cool fight in your one base. I think it's in an old fort that you can fortify a base there. A huge battle takes place there between, I think, the Minutemen and the Brotherhood of Steel. And they're like, you have to destroy their giant airship. You have to like go to these turrets, I think, and shoot it out of the sky. There's also a cool side mission in 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4. Where you gotta help the robots that are like, they're on like a ship and their ship is like stuck. There's a lot of side missions in this game, like a lot of these open world games. A lot of cool side missions. In some cases are better than the main stuff. I forget what the robots are called, but they're all like, I think they're all named after founding fathers, or they're all very like, like into the Constitution and stuff. But you have to like help their ship, and then you help it, and I think it goes a little bit and crashes again. I do remember that. Oh yeah, I think the guy just calls himself John Hancock, the one ghoul, because like people will become ghouls from the radiation if they're out too long. He's a cool character as well. I think it's yeah, you know what? It is based off of the actual city, so it's got to be Fenway Park, because when you're in Boston, you can follow like the path. I guess it's actually the path you can follow, like to go to historical like buildings, I think, and stuff like that. I've never been to Boston, so I would assume that's an actual thing. So I do remember that. I think that might be to find. Maybe that's to find the railroad. I forget. Like I said, I can't remember a bunch. You had your robot buddy too. I can't remember what he's called. He's like the butler. He's the butler in the beginning, and he lasts through the explosion because he's a robot. Because it was cool. You got to see the beginning too before it happens, like very briefly. You play before the bombs drop. And it's cool, like, you know, Fallout has the 1950s vibe, but there's like technology, like, you know, crazy technology and stuff. And like I said, you're searching things. It's one of those games where you're like, oh, I want to search through everything and whatnot. Finding caps and everything. That's the currency. You can find money, but it's like useless. This one, 4 compared to 3, like 3 was almost completely, you know, burned out buildings, wasteland. I think 3 was the one that had the oasis, which was like a small area, did a mission where it was actually like trees and stuff. And it like wasn't affected. I think that was 3. And then 4 is a little more lively, I guess you want to say, alive. I mean, it's still pretty much all dead, but it's just, I don't know. And like I said, you're going to get raiders and stuff like that. I mean, the base building stuff was kind of cool. Doesn't the third one have like vampires? I'm probably completely off. I think there was like a town that was on like a bridge and it was like set up in like buses or something. And someone comes at night. I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but I do remember there was a town on like a busted up bridge in the third. So there was some third discussion of 3 in this one. I do remember getting a cool fight in the Capital Wasteland. You like use the subway system and stuff to get around. There's like trenches dug in the Capitol and stuff. And of course Nuka is in there, Nuka-Cola and stuff like that. You can find the little Pip Boys, that's like your thing. Right, it's called a Pip Boy, the thing on your wrist, but you can find the little dudes. It's like a collectible. I forget if they're the Pip Boys, I think. I know, what is your thing called? Is it actually, it's like a, I forget what is it called that. Like I said, I can't remember. But it does a bunch of stuff. It's like where you do all your stuff. But I did like 4, like I said, I can't, it's been almost, well, I was playing that, and I think, like the summer of 2017, I was playing that. So it's almost been 4 years. What else? Oh, I think, was it 4? I think it's 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4 that does a side mission, and I like this one because you go to Salem. And I've been to Salem, and it was cool seeing like the, I think it's the Witches Museum you have to go into. I'm pretty sure there's a death claw in there. And it was like, looks exactly like it and stuff. That was really cool. I'm pretty sure that is 4. Yeah, it has to be 4 because it's the Commonwealth Wasteland. I want to say 3 wasn't. Yeah, 3 is like out in the Capitol and just outside it. I think Bethesda is actually in 3, which is funny because that's where Bethesda Studios is. They're obviously named after the town, right, in Maryland or whatever. It's in Maryland, right? It's not in Virginia. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the kid's name was Sean or something like that. And he's, like, super old. It's like the Revelation. You, like, go in. I think you end up destroying that thing at some point. I forget who you do that mission as. It's probably as the Minutemen. Because I think I ended up siding with them at the end. But like I said, you get different endings. There's all types of different weapons and stuff like that. And, it's cool. Like I said, I could have, I guess, looked stuff up. But I'd prefer to try to remember stuff from memory. But that's the stuff I do remember. I remember Preston Garvey. I'm pretty sure his name is Valentine. But he was a synth and he was like a detective. And I'm pretty sure the ghoul called himself John Hancock because he like dressed in the old outfits they used to wear back then, in the 1700s. And I do remember those robots on the thing, and you had to help them get their ship that was stuck in a building, and then it goes again and gets stuck again. That's like the end of the thing. They're like, oh, we made it. A certain amount of space. But they're on like an old ship. Like almost like a pirate-looking ship, I think. Obviously, you're upgrading stuff, and you get like, you get perks, and it's perks you get in this one that you can use towards stuff. A bunch of different perks. And 3 as well. I don't know if it's in 1 and 2 as well. And there was that one game, I don't know if they actually made it or not, or if they just published it. That was made by, it was a Fallout, it was just called Brotherhood of Steel, I think. It was on like PS2. It might have just been on the PS2 and Xbox. Cool games though, for sure. I mean, I enjoy those kind of games. For sure, but yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm sorry if this wasn't a lot of good discussion on it. I try to remember what I could. And you could put on like the full body suit, like the robot kind of suit. Oh, there's also the glowing sea, I think, in this one where like the radiation's ridiculous. Like you go in there and your radiation levels like immediately like I think it's called a glowing sea. It might be called something else, but it does have a lot of radiation. I'm trying to remember just other random things, but it's hard to. I do remember your one base was in an old drive-in movie theater. I'm pretty sure as well. You could set up shop there. There's the traveling merchant who comes around. I remember him. I remember meeting somebody in a diner too. It might have been him. You have your dog companion in this one, I believe. Right? Is it 4 or is it 3? Maybe it's both of them. Isn't he called like dog meat or something? Is that 3 or 4? They're very similar, 3 and 4. But they do a good job of having that look, where you have to like kind of go and you're scavenging around trying to find things and stuff. It's cool. I'm pretty sure there's like old type tunes in there as well. But the Brotherhood of Steel want the technology. They kind of want to have the most power. You do a mission also against the Brotherhood of Steel. Actually, well, you're kind of with them for a little bit if you're going that way. And you get on their air. You get on that giant airship as well. But I'm pretty sure you take it out of the sky with the kind of rocket launcher type things. What are they called? Anti-air guns, but I think they were launching missiles. I don't know. But they're both cool games, like I said. I mean, I wish I could have done a better job of kind of talking about it, but I guess I did alright. It'd be like the rambles, just rambling, I guess. But it's cool how they actually, it is on the actual cities. I don't know why I didn't realize that at first. They do model it after the actual cities. I don't know if they'll make another one, but I'm sure it will be pretty cool if they do. Some people get down on those games. Yeah. I don't know what they expect. I mean, there's glitches and stuff in these games for sure, but most of Bethesda's open world games are going to have glitches. Even Red Dead had a few, but not nearly as many as like a Fallout or an Elder Scrolls. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a group hangs out in one of the other vaults, because you can find the other vaults too. I think you're in Vault 111, right? You get different outfits and stuff like that, and just armor and weapons. Doesn't have the same impact of a Red Dead if you're being a complete asshole or not. But overall, they're both really good games, 3 and 4. There's also that might actually be in Salem too. There's a town by the water. Oh, I'm trying to think. So that's probably about the most I can remember, but really cool. I think you could play it in first person or third person, like Elder Scrolls. I played in first. I think I played Elder Scrolls 3 actually, and a lot of it in third before I finally went to first, which is, in my opinion, is the better way to play it. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure I know I forgot a ton, but hope everybody enjoyed this nonetheless. But thanks for checking this out.